I just had a strange experience. I interviewed a politician, potential presidential candidate, and he actually said some things that surprised me.
I'm Michael Richard Pompeo. Do solemnly swear.
Mike Pompeo ran the CIA, then became Secretary of State. We talked because he just released this book. Pompeo calls himself a deficit hawk. Since America's going broke, we could use more deficit hawks, but Republicans like him have been hypocrites about spending. Would Pompeo admit that? Republicans under Trump spent more, increased the deficit.
Guilty as charged.
Really? A politician who admits that?
My party has been no more serious about actually delivering solutions to this problem than the Democrat Party.
That's unusually honest. He also didn't dodge the fact that Social Security and Medicare are going broke. They're unsustainable.
I tell my son, you need to make sure you work hard, right? The math suggests that somehow these trust funds run out about the time my son, Nick, will be turning to Social Security to look for his money.
But what do you do? Raise retirement ages?
There's nothing that should be off the table.
Chicken! That's brave. Voters vilify politicians who suggest changes. This Democrat was hounded by seniors for proposing they pay a little more for Medicare. They surrounded his car and screamed at him. When Republican Paul Ryan suggested similar reforms, opponents called the ideas radical and depicted him pushing grandma off a cliff. Entitlement reform never happened. Presidents of both parties reject any change.
Under no circumstances should Republicans vote to cut a single penny from Medicare or Social Security.
They're a promise we made as a country.
But when that promise was made, most Americans didn't even live to age 65. Now we live an average 76 years, and old people like me selfishly refuse to die. Secretary Pompeo is the rare politician who will admit something's got to change.
I hear all this debate about the Republicans are going to destroy Medicare, are going to destroy Social Security. I've actually seen Republicans take up this narrative too.
Every vote I've cast protects and preserves benefits for seniors like Mom.
That's right. I've been watching.
No, we need to work to save these structures.
Then Pompeo surprised me again.
Pompeo, a staunch conservative.
Staunch conservatives usually say we have to spend more on the military. Pompeo didn't.
There's no need to spend more money than we're spending today.
Here's another surprise. Pompeo calls Vladimir Putin a thug. He criticized China's leaders so much that President Trump told him, shut the hell up about China. And he called North Korea's dictator a sweating, evil mass murderer. Yet who does Pompeo say is the most dangerous person in the world? None of these dictators.
Randy Weingarten is the most dangerous person in the world.
Randy Weingarten, the teachers union boss. The most in the world?
The most dangerous
more
person
than
in the world.
Putin? Or?
Yep. It's a close call on some of these things. We'll figure out Putin. We'll figure out Xi Jinping. You teach kids that America is a racist nation. You teach kids that groups matter more than individuals. You teach kids that there's an oppressor class and that somehow America is the most indecent nation in the history of the world. You're done.
So, given the problems at America's schools, what would he do about them? I assumed he'd have some aggressive plans, but no, he just said,
I would speak about it often.
That surprised me. He'd just speak about it. Unlike other politicians, he didn't say, I'll fix it.
We set aside over $4 billion in the Recovery Act to promote improvements in schools.
No child will be left behind.
But Pompeo actually says the Constitution puts limits on federal power. So when it comes to education,
get the federal government out of that, and we will let these states begin to have the power to control the decisions that they make for their own students, instead of having some knucklehead bureaucrat at the U.S. Department of Education drive education policy out of Washington, D.C.
Who would be in charge of teaching kids?
School boards, school superintendents, teachers, and governors.
Finally, a political candidate says, not my job.
Not my job. Not my job.
Should America abolish the Department of Education?
Yeah, you should get rid of it.
Wow, a politician actually opened a shrinking federal power. We talked for almost an hour and Pompeo kept surprising me. He also ticked me off. I'll release our full interview next week. Thank you for watching. If you want to make sure you get the full interview and my other videos, subscribe and hit the notification bell.